All politik handlar om prioriteringar. Nu har du ett val. Den 19 september kan du välja invandringsbroms före pensionsbroms. Rösta på Sverigedemokraterna.
Massinvandringen har gjort att det idag finns runt 500 000 muslimer i Sverige och islam är därmed Sveriges näst största religion. Det höga antalet muslimer har gjort att samhället har börjat anpassa sig efter islam. För att uppmärksamma problematiken anordnade Ekeroth det tredje och sista Islamseminarium i Göteborg. Första talaren var Nicolai Sennels från Danmark som har arbetat som psykolog inom kriminalvården. Sennels menar att muslimska värderingar och normer gör att människor blir mer våldsamma då de ser våldet på ett annat sätt.
Muslims say one thing but do another thing. And I think the Muslims that say what you say now, that it's a misinterpretation, they didn't read the Quran. I don't think they read it, because it says so many places that you are allowed to kill and harm non-Muslims, so many places.
Elisabeth Sabaditsch-Wolff från Österrike, som har haft olika diplomatiska uppdrag i arabvärlden, talade bland annat om effekterna av islamiseringen runt om i Europa.
But it gives me hope that people no longer believe the multicultural lies that we are being fed. Because if you do the reality check, what is it? I mean, if you open the newspapers and you read a totally different world than what the elite, the political elite, is actually telling us.
Islamiseringen intresserade gästerna och frågorna var många.
If you're at work or in school and you mention in an objective way, not in any discriminatory way, you just say that, did you know that in the Quran, for instance, it says that a husband is allowed to beat his wife, etc.
Men populärast var kanske Farshad Kholghi.
He's originally from Iran. He came to Denmark in 1984 after seeing what the Muslim revolution and the Ayatollahs did to Iran. He's going to tell us a bit about that development, how fast things can go, and how different it can be during Islam. So please welcome Farshad Kholghi.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Farshad Kholghi, and I was born in Iran. People think I'm from Germany. I don't know why, but I am Iranian, now Danish. You see pictures from Iran. You see usually on TV. You see a man with hair all over his body and face with beard, shouting "Death to America! Death to America!" That's what you all say. Oh my God, that's Iran, and oh no, that's terrible, and they're all Muslims, they're all extremists, and all that kind of thing. But the Iran I remember when I was a little kid was something different. The Middle East, the whole Middle East was in a different direction. They were saying goodbye to superstitious. They were saying goodbye to the mullahs. They were saying goodbye to religion in the sense that we know it now. And they were welcoming the thought that says the world is round. Do you understand what I mean? Iranians, when they were inspired from Western societies and they wanted the real freedom that we had. So they started kind of revolution. So everybody says, oh, it was a real Islamic revolution in 1979, 1978. Yes and no. Because they were fundamentalists. Oh my God, they were imams, mullahs, Khomeini, who didn't lack the improvement of Iran, who did not lack the path that Iranians were walking on, a secular future. So he wanted to pull back the time to, the time of Muhammad, the ages of Muhammad. But there were also a lot of other groups in Iran. There were communists, there were Democrats, social democrats, liberals, secular people. We're talking about Muslim-born people, but they were secular. So they started this revolution together with the Islamists. And what was their goal? Their goal was to overthrow the Shah, the king, and start a democracy, build a parliament. the way we know it here. Now, the interesting thing is that this communist Iranian, this secular Iranian, right or lefties, secular, it's very important. Who did they choose to become their leader? They chose to find an imam, a mullah, Khomeini, you know, a religious fanatic. It's very interesting. The secular people, they chose a fanatic. And this fanatic guy, living in Paris in exile, he started talking about the good things. Well, Iranian people, you want freedom, he said. Yes, well, I give you freedom when we overthrow the Shah, I will give you freedom. I don't know why I sound like a mafia boss from but it's my best version of Khomeini. No, I'll give you enough freedom you can refuse. I'm going to give you freedom. And Iranian people, they didn't listen. They did not listen to what he said. At the end, it's very important to always listen to your opponent or to your friend. Listen, listen. Because the way he finished that sentence was, I will give you the freedom that is given in the Quran. And women, yes, they have to be free, they are equal. Yes, women will get more equality. Yes, yes, yes. And people, yeah, Khomeini, they did not listen when he said, equality that is provided in Quran. Well, yes, I will give you democracy, of course. And people said, yeah, give you democracy, we're going to get democracy, yeah. And they did not listen and hear what he said. The Islamic democracy. So it's very important to listen to your opponent, and it's very important to listen in general. The Shah ran away, escaped Iran. During the revolution, it's very, very important again, once again. Something that happened, that you might learn something. We all have to listen to and look at details. See, one night during the revolution, the Islamists, their way of making propaganda is so strong that Goebbels, the Nazi idiot those days, would be seen as an amateur. Really. So one night, during the revolution, the Islamists start this rumor saying, tonight at 8 o'clock, what you got to do is look at the moon. No, I'm not making this up. This is real. You can ask any Iranian. Look at the moon. And we say, what's going to happen? What's happening on the moon? Why should we look at the moon? And say, Khomeini is not just a political figure. He's not only a leader of the revolution, but he's divine. And so, why are we supposed to look at the moon? Well, because at 8 o'clock tonight, the face of Khomeini will be displayed on the moon, the surface of the moon. Really, they really meant it. So, at 8 o'clock, a lot of fanatics, religious people, they looked up and to see, and they could see him actually. Well, you could imagine that they would do it. But what was tragic was that this movement to look at the moon was also committed by the communists and Democrats and all of those people who call themselves secular. So they also looked, and they also thought, oh yes, oh yeah, I think I can see him. Oh yeah, oh my God, that's Khomeini. That's a very good picture. Yeah. See what I mean? It takes a long time. It really takes a long time for people, take generations for people to give up their superstitions or the things that were brought up with. So, when Khomeini came to Iran, everything changed rapidly. Not rapidly, it took actually 1 year for Khomeini's people to gain power in Iran. In the beginning, as I told you, the communists, the Democrats, whatever, all the secular groups, they really thought they were going to build a parliament. So they wanted to have a dialogue with their fellow Islamists. So they turned up and said, hello, we'd like to talk. So what are we going to do? We have free elections now. And what was the answer from the fundamentalists? It was violence. So they got killed. You can go and watch it on YouTube if you can. Demonstrations held by the communists or Democrats. Fundamentalists attack them. They terrorize them. They kill them on the streets until they just disappear. So even that year, in 1979 till 80, I remember my family, we went on vacation to Holland and Germany. And our friends in Holland, my father's friends in Holland, they warned us. They said, my God, Iran is going to become an Islamic republic. It's going to be an Islamic, not a republic, but a dictatorship, state. We did not believe it. We said, no. Wow, Iran, no, come on. It's the same. If I just told you, now, in 1 year, the Pope from Vatican will become your king here. Yes, exactly the same way of reaction. That's not going to happen. Same reaction was to be found in Iran. So, after 1 year, Iran was Islamic. Women, they were forced to wear a hijab, special uniform. Women in Iran, they did not want to do that. They said, no way. No, they started demonstrating. And how were they responding? Beaten up. They throw acid at their faces and force them to, submit to the rules of Sharia. And submission, what does it mean? It means Islam. People say Islam means peace. No, it means submission. It really does. Yeah. After we moved away from Iran, in many years I tried to, to forget all the things I experienced in Iran and all that. But in the 90s, I could see that the picture in the streets was changing. Suddenly I could see that more and more people, immigrants, they started wearing hijab, and they started, I could see people who reminded me of Islamists in Iran. I said, what is going on? What's then I became aware of what Khomeini said in 1979. He actually said it after he won the revolution. He said, this Islamic revolution, we have to export it to the rest of the world. We have to send it to the rest of the world because we have to free the rest of the world and make it Islamic. So they fight for what they believe in. They do, and you can respect it. I don't like what they're saying, but they say, all right, they have a belief and they fight for it. Now, that's what they believe. They really do believe. They are not, they don't say, I'm going to kill them. No, they say, I'm going to kill them because that's what I believe in. That's the right thing to do to free the world from those non-believers. So, that's their values. What about our values? Do you like our values? Yeah. Do you like the values of freedom? Yeah. Do you like the values of having the right to sit here, man and woman together, exchanging experiences and flirting or talking about whatever we like? Freedom. Do we like it or not? Yes. Yeah. Is it our values or not? Yes. So, what do? We have to stick together. We have to start fighting. We have to be a little bit more aware about what we have and try to protect it. In Denmark, now, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I'm called, I'm called a racist.
All politik handlar om prioriteringar. Nu har du ett val. Den 19 september kan du välja invandringsbroms före pensionsbroms. Rösta på Sverigedemokraterna.